So you just met a woman online. Everything is going good for you. Y'all are getting together, y'all are talking, y'all are interacting, and y'all are having a good time. And then all of a sudden, you're ready to set the date up. And then something seems to come over you all of a sudden where you say to you, I'm ready to ask her out, but I just don't know what to say and I don't know what to do. And this nervousness comes over you and you don't know what to do next because you don't want to mess things up. So what we're going to be talking about today, gentlemen, is how to set up the perfect date without stressing you out and set something up where you're also going to draw her in, but learn and understand the rules of dating that most people don't know and most people don't understand. And the rules, and I just want to let you guys know, it's something simple. We don't want to complicate dating for you guys out there because I think a lot of people get the wrong idea about dating and then they begin to stress about dating. So before we get into this, my name is Steve Dean Williams. I've been teaching the game for over 3 decades now, just about, and I just want to show you guys simple ways and simple things that you can do to change up how you go about going on a date with a woman. So one of the first things that is very important that you have to understand when it comes to dating is not about the venue. Oh, excuse me. Dating is not about the venue. Dating is about the experience. So one thing a lot of guys get nervous about is they worry and think the venue is the place that is going to impress the woman. It's not the venue. It's just always going to be the experience. It has nothing to do with where you take her. And that's why I firmly suggest you guys don't take them out to eat or anything like that. And I wanted to make it for you guys economical. And what do I mean by economical? As you get into the game and you meet a lot of women and things like that, what's going to happen for many of you guys out here, that you're going to be going on several dates. And what I don't want you guys to do is I don't want you guys to waste and spend a lot of money. I want you to be able to give the woman an experience over the venue. Because a woman won't care where she goes as long as the experience is a fun, interesting experience. Now, with that being said, one thing that I would think about doing before we even start the date is block out a time. Give yourself a time limit. And the reason why I say a block time is because sometimes we date way too long. And sometimes the date doesn't go the way we want it to go. And sometimes we feel like we got to keep pushing it. But when you have the game, you don't need to push it. You just have to give yourself that little block of time and say, okay, this is what I want to do. This is how I want to do it. And it's really cool. It's not a bad thing when you think about it, because I don't want you guys wasting your time with somebody who is actually not interested in you. But the interest is not about on the date. The interest is actually the build up towards the date. One thing I love to do, and I always like to do before even trying to set up a date, which I love to create sexual tension, is that I already know my places. It's one thing that most guys fail in the game, and that is they don't have their places locked in. And when I say their places locked in, I'm talking about you already have the date spots that you go to and never change for a woman. I joke around and say, "Lake, spread your ass cheeks," and all this stuff, but you have to have a place where you go to the lake. Every city has a place where you go to a lake where you can walk around and enjoy that. Not really in the summertime, but more or less fall and winter time, or really just feeding the ducks. But also you should have a place that has coffee, a coffee place, a tea place, an ice cream place. Where's the other one? A wine place. And as the wintertime begins, a cocoa place. And the reason why these places are very important is because these are places you're going to go to all the time. You're never going to change where you go. And that's one thing. I never want you to change where you go, because if you go there enough, you can have your own waiter and own waitress. I know that sounds crazy, but if you go to the same places all the time, what's going to happen to you is that you're going to run into the same people all the time. And if you get good service from a certain person, you can really actually talk to that person and say, hey, look, if I come back here, give me your number. If I come back here, oh wait, I'm blocking somebody. If I come back here, I'm going to call you up, and I definitely going to use you to wait on me. And that's something that a lot of people don't think about doing in the game, because a lot of people are so busy trying to find and think about the perfect place to go to. Well, you don't have to go to the perfect place to go to when you have the game. One thing I want to stress to all you young guys out here is that dating is not a stressful thing when you have everything in order. So make sure you have your places. Now again, when it comes to going for drinks, I don't drink much or at all really. But if I go to a place to have a drink, I would love to go to a place that has a jazz club, something that's an environment where you can get in an intimate setting, listen to a jazz club and listen to light jazz and spending time with the woman. Also, one thing I love, again, coffee places and tea places, ice cream. Make sure you have all your places. One thing I recommend is mom and pop shops. And the reason why, when it comes to ice cream, it's going to be a little more expensive in mom and pop stores, but they put more fat content in the ice cream, which is going to make the ice cream taste a little bit better. But you don't really necessarily have to go to anything raggedy. You can always find an ice cream place that is like what we call maybe a hole in the wall. It's not a dirty place, but it's just a place that nobody's ever gone to. And it just gives you a little bit more depth and range in that. But make sure when you have your places together, you want to make sure you sound check it. And sound checking is just you going and getting experience, get some ice creams, get some coffees and teas and things like that. And just have an idea of what things are and the lay of the land. Now, once you have your spots taken care of, now it's time to go ahead and set the date up. Now, setting the date is a very easy thing. It's just really what I call telling a woman what to do. If I'm going to set up a date with a woman, I'm going to give her all the logistics. I'm going to give her the time and the place and all that other stuff. And I'm going to give her the date, the time, the place, and where I want to go. And if need be, if you feel that there's a little bit of awkwardness, I'll let her know why. But always make sure the first date is going to be in an environment that there are going to be people around. You want to make the woman feel safe in the environment. You don't want to take her to a place that's really like just you and her. Because a lot of women will feel a little awkward like that. Why is he taking me to these secluded places? So what we want to do is we want to make sure we take them to a place where there's people, where she can feel comfortable in the atmosphere. But again, the experience of you is going to go well. Once the date is actually confirmed, one thing I like to do is to make sure that, okay, there is more interest in there. Now, for me, I love the color black. And one thing I will always recommend for any woman is to wear black. And my reason is because I like the contrast of the black off of your skin. And that's what I would like. I would love to see you in something in black. I'm not here to dress her. I'm not saying wear a dress. I'm not saying wear jeans or anything like that. I just want to see you in something in black. That's all. I want to see you wear something in black. There's nothing wrong with asking that. But the good thing about asking that, it gives you an opportunity to actually see if that woman is actually interested in you enough to do it. And if she gives you a little bit of pushback on that, then you know what? Maybe you might have to reconsider the date. But if a woman is down for it, that's cool. Now, one thing we have to remember when it comes to setting up the date, time is very important. Never try to set up a date between 4 and 7 o'clock Monday through Friday. The reason why that doesn't work is because rush hour traffic will change the dynamics of the date. And we want to make sure that she shows up on time. So we can't expect a woman to show up on time if her and I are meeting up during rush hour hours. It really doesn't work out because traffic has its own way of moving and slowing things down. So make sure when you set up a date, you set the date up either maybe a lunch date or something after work or after rush hour traffic. Best times are going to be Friday evening, Saturday night. Now Sundays are iffy because people have to go to work afterwards, but all these things matter and all these things connect. And as I would say for you guys out here, dating can be fun. Dating can be easy and dating can be relaxing. I don't want you guys to stress out feeling that you've got to go all out for a woman. This is not about going all out for a woman. It's actually, at the end of the day, like I said before, it's just giving her an experience of you and her enjoying the moment with you. Now, this is why the game is so important, because when you go on a date, that's something totally different. But one thing we want to do is make sure that when you prep yourself to go on a date, what is very important, that you have everything together. And if you can just follow these simple rules that I'm showing you, you're not going to have any issues or any problems with anybody on the date. Because at the end of the day, that a woman loves a man that is quite decisive. He is able to tell her what to do and is able to explain himself without any worries or anything like that. So gentlemen, that's going to be the end of this video, but not the end of our conversation. Let us know how you feel when you ask a woman on a date. And please understand, guys, don't get stressed out on the date. When you're setting up a date with somebody, just let her know the logistics. Don't try to overextend yourself, and don't try to take her to a place that she shouldn't go. Just let her know, listen, I'm going to this place, and I would love for you to accompany me. Never ask for permission. I'm going here. I'm going to get ice cream on Saturday, and I'd love for you to join me. I'm going to get a drink Saturday night, and I'd love for you to join me. That's how you want to set it up. But don't sit around and ask for her for permission, because asking for permission won't help. But anyway, guys, that's going to be the end of our conversation and everything like that. Guys, if you enjoy what we're saying, guys, you are going to love what we have here right now. Guys, if you have any questions, let me know. But just remember, at the end of the day, the date is something easy that can be set up. Don't stress on it. Just have all your ducks in a row. And remember, at the end of the day, it is more about you and her having a good time versus the venue, okay? Give her the experience. That will override the date itself. We'll talk to you later, guys. Peace.